Hey guys, what's happening? It's Christopher Cedar here, and in this quick little YouTube video, I want to go over virtual wholesaling step by step. This is our exact step by step process for our virtual wholesaling business, and we're going to go through it. I'll try to make this video quick, short, to the point, just exactly what you need to know about virtual wholesaling so you can go out and start having success. Now, I will say you can go to, we have virtualflips.com, which is a course, members area, website, a bunch of free information on there, blog posts, everything you need to know about virtual wholesaling. So let's dive right in. So what is virtual wholesaling? If you know what wholesaling houses is just pretty much being a middleman in a real estate transaction. And what you do is you find a cheap property for sale from direct mail, from a ton of different things. So you find a cheap property, you lock it up, and you either just put it under contract or you purchase the property, and then you just flip it to another investor for a quick profit. Now with virtual wholesaling, this is wholesaling houses, and you never see the house in person, you never use any of your own money, never talk to sellers, never talk to buyers. You do it all virtually. And the way that we do this process, it's all done just on our computer. All we're doing is just assigning contracts, double closing, and doing deals from our laptop, but putting the necessary people together in order that we can eliminate where we don't do 90% of the work, but we do about 10% of the work. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Now, who am I? If you don't know who I am, let's get to know each other. My name is Christopher Cedar. I am a real estate investor. I flip houses virtually every month. I work only a few hours a week actually on my virtual flips business. Now I am also a full-time rehabber. We buy, fix up, and resell houses, so I do spend more of my time rehabbing houses, but virtual wholesaling has allowed me to be able to do consistent deals every month, having deals flowing into my pipeline while rehabs are going on. I speak at some real estate investing events. That's a picture of me at the 40K Flips event in Cleveland, Ohio last year. That's my friend Daniel Wiaffi. He just recently, I think they just wrapped up filming their 5-figure flip, or Flipping the Heartland TV show that's going to be on HGTV. So that's going to be really cool. Check that out if you have not already. I know they did the pilot last year, but check that thing out. It's going to be awesome. Now, how to get started? First, get off your ass. It's time to get to work. I will say that. One of the big things with getting started in real estate investing or anything, you need to learn how to get out of your comfort zone, because it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be scary. Even being experienced, I sometimes get scared. Oh my God, I'm sending out 4,000 postcards. Is it going to be a waste of money, or am I going to make it happen? But the more and more you do those kind of things, the more uncomfortable you get, the more you grow. You need to be really comfortable talking on the phone with people, doing all these processes. That way you can essentially outsource everything. And I guess before I really dive in, you can download a free quick start guide below. If you go to the link below, click the Virtual Flips link, go to our page, you can get a free quick start guide, or you can get a free, there's also a free blueprint that's kind of our process mapped out. So go check those out. Now, step one in the virtual wholesaling process is, because we're doing this virtually, we're doing this in markets all across the United States right now, you need to find a new real estate market to go into. And you want to find a real estate market that has an abundant amount of deals, lots of deals, and also has an abundant amount of cash buyers. We want a good mix of those. So what you do is you analyze a few of these different markets to find the best market. And we have all of this stuff, exactly how you go about analyzing these markets, in our Virtual Flips members area. So if you want to check that out, you definitely can. But this is just going to be a quick overview, like I said. So we just want to find the markets that have a lot of deals and a lot of cash buyers. We want to stay away from the markets that have not a lot of deals, but a lot of buyers, or vice versa. Just a ton of deals and not very many buyers. So that's what we want to stay away from. So we want to analyze about 10 markets at a time. to come up with the market that looks good for us. Once we find that market, we go into step 2, and we want to find our boots on the ground. Now, there's several different ways that you can go about doing this. My favorite way is I want to work with an experienced wholesaler on the ground. This is what I found is going to make my life a lot easier, going to solve a lot of headaches. I want somebody that is a full-time wholesaler that's already doing business and that knows the business, knows how to get deals done. So one of my favorite group or places to look is Wholesaling Houses Full-Time. It's a great group on Facebook. Lots of active real estate investors in there. Google your local RIAs. So once you do find this person, what you're going to want to do is sign a joint venture agreement with them. And you can structure that joint venture 2 different ways, which we'll not really get into much. But really, this is your business, and you can structure it however the heck you want. Now, the next step is we dive deep into those real estate markets. Once we find okay, this is a real estate market we want to go into. We found a legit person that we want to work with. Now let's dive deep and find the very best areas. So we want to find where the buyers are buying, where are the deals, and we want to focus our efforts on the easy areas. So what we do is we pull all of the cash sales for the different area, so for the entire metro area, I should say. We sort them and we find the very best zip codes. You can see like this one here, 58 zip codes, or 72, 58. So not only do we want the areas with the most sales, but we also want the areas that are at a fair price point. We want to avoid the really low income ghetto areas, and we want to also avoid the high end areas, because that middle, that sweet spot, is going to be where you're going to be able to make the biggest profit spreads. Now the next step is we're going to determine who we're going to market to. So we compile a mailing list. We send to absentee owners. I really like Find Motivated Sellers Now. If you want to check out Find Motivated Sellers Now, go to virtualflips.com/FMSN. That's Find Motivated Sellers Now. Check that out. You can check out Find Motivated Sellers Now, possibly get it at a discount. Check that out. But we get the absentee owners from there, from ListSource. I also like to send to pre-foreclosures, vacant houses, tax liens, courthouse probate. You know, all these different things are great sources to send to. So we decide, okay, who are we going to target? I usually recommend you start out with absentee owners. Now, the next step is we compile our marketing. So we market to the mailing list that we had pulled. And you create a mailing campaign, either postcards, yellow letters, or whatever you design. Now, I have used a postcard a lot. Here's kind of an example of mine. You can get my postcard in our members area, and you can check that out. Or you can get it actually by purchasing the Virtual Flips book. It comes with that. So if you go to virtualflips.com/the-book, you can get that. Or go to our Virtual Flips page. You'll see where the book tab is that you can click on. So I use a postcard that consistently gets us about a 3 to 5% response rate. We did receive up to a 12%. And marketing campaigns, they're going to vary depending on area. Lower income areas, you're going to get a ton of phone calls, where once you start getting higher and higher and higher, the phone calls are going to become less and less, and your response rate is going to go down. So go to Click to Mail, Go Big Yellow Letter. Those are the 2 sites that we've used for compiling our marketing pieces. Now, the next step is once you get those marketing pieces out, you're going to get phone calls coming in, and you need a way to take those phone calls. We, in our business, we use a live call center called Pat Live, which is phenomenal. They pre-screen all of the calls, go through a lead sheet, and they just email the pre-screened leads to us. You can also use a voicemail if you can't afford Pat Live, something like Freedom Voice, Ring Central. Google Voice is, it's okay. Worst comes to worst, if you can't afford any of those, just use Google Voice. But what you'll do is all those calls will come into you, and you'll have to, if you just use a voicemail, you'll have to call them back, go through a lead sheet with them, and get them all pre-screened. And then what we do from this point is just we forward the calls to our wholesaler partner, boots on the ground, and they look at the leads and they determine if it's a good deal or if it's not. So that's kind of that step. Now, step number 7 is put the house under contract. What we do is we empower our wholesalers to go about doing this step. We empower them to put the properties under contract for us. They know their market way better than us. They know what a deal is. They know how to wholesale a house. So they take the reins here, fill out a purchase and sale agreement, send it to a seller, or have the partner do this, or we actually have our acquisitions manager also do this. 30 to 45 days close. If you need to close faster, you can put whatever you want. Typically, we put 30 days. Just that's kind of standard. We always like to get a 20 to 30 day inspection period. The more, the better. Put up your earnest money. We usually put up $100, and that's really it. Then you have the house under contract. Then it's time to find buyers. Now, working with an experienced wholesaler on the ground, it's going to be their job to find buyers. That's why we want to work with experienced people, because they know the market. They should already have buyers that they've worked with in the past that they know, okay, this guy's going to love this house. In my area, I can call up 5 buyers. That's all I need is 5 buyers. I know the top 5 people that are buying in our real estate market and say, hey, have this deal. Here's the address. Here's the purchase price. Is this something you might be interested in? They say, yeah, if condition's not too bad, I'll take it. And that's the kind of buyers you want to work with. That's why experienced wholesalers, I think, are a must, because sometimes it can be a pain in the butt to find buyers if you don't have somebody that already is established and knows people. So then you find buyers. Once you do find a buyer, you assign your contract, and then you get everything done at the title company. The title company or closing attorney's office, they do all the closing work, make sure the title is clear. Sometimes you're going to have to clear up title issues, and sometimes it's going to be just not worth it, so you cancel. Other times, and most of the time, it's just going to be a smooth process. They get all the title work done, get it back to you, and you just wait for your check. That's it. Now, step 10, you collect your check and repeat the process. Once your house is closed, you will either receive a check from the wholesaler, or the title company will send you a check directly, depending on how you structured it. Then you can just repeat the process. Always take 10 to 20% of your profit from that campaign and put it into a new campaign. As you go, just get started. Iron out the kinks and details later on, but just get started. And if you want our proven process, everything, go to virtualflips.com, check that all out. But that's it. Do you have any questions? Ask your questions below. Like and share this video. Download, go to our virtualflips.com, download our quick start guide and also our blueprint. That is all we have. So, get out, just make it happen. And, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to contact us on our virtualflips.com website. That's all I have for you.